So what's up guys? Today we are at Jalan Ampang, and I always wondered like why would people want to pay to be located in Ampang lah. But I always forget that the road right in front of KLCC is called Jalan Ampang. It means a direct straight road that connects you with KLCC itself. You have a lot of international schools, you have a lot of embassies, you have a lot of traffic because the road is not exactly like modern day size. And you can see there's a lot of junction along this Jalan Ampang. You have the Great Eastern Mall, you have the Glen Eagles Hospital, you have all the office buildings, and those somewhat forms that charm for people to be living along this street. After driving along Jalan Ampang, you can see that it's pretty busy. You have all the complexes up front where you have the office complex, you have the Wismas. Then behind all those are all the high-end living. You have the Jalan Richie lah, the Jalan Stoners lah. Hence, you can also see there's another trade that's very exciting, right? There's a lot of luxury car dealers along Jalan Ampang one, where you have all the Lambos, all the Alphas. Walking in towards this junction, it's a very high dense area of Ampang itself. So you have the Army Lodging Center here, you have Ritz apartment, Arte Pass, Elements, and next to that, same road, right, is Astoria. So we are in one of the higher floor right now, and what you can see is 7 units in one floor, 4 lifts serving them. Because the typology is located like that, in this lobby itself is going to be pretty dark because there's no area for daylight to access in at all. And as a result, you will have a lift lobby that constantly requires artificial lightings all the time. But when you go into the corridors, then it's a little bit different. So at every end, we'll have windows. And it's a 1.6 meters wide corridor and 2.75 height for ceiling, so it's very spacious and it's very nice actually when you look into the furniture store. Look at this spray page. So these are very easy to maintain and looks aesthetically pleasing. Again, why I emphasize a lot on the location of the refuse, right? Because out of 4 wings, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, refuse room is actually located here, and this will be directly affecting these 2 units. Imagine the entire floor. Everyone will need to use this corridor just to come and throw rubbish. There will be another door, which I like, and this will be the refuse room. It's really dark, right? Then you have a ventilation window, then you have the tiles for ease of cleaning. Okay lah. And the main thing for refuse room is located next to the unit is sounds like this. Every single time people come and close and open the door, close and open the door. And now going into the unit, there will be a foyer here. And let's go into the unit. Okay, coming into the unit, right, this is a 560 square feet unit. It's a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom unit. So on the left, you have your pantry and your workspace. There won't be any yard in this unit, so it will be where you do your laundry as well. This will be the fridge, and I guess most of the kitchen appliances are actually provided by the developer. All these pearl white cabinets, all are provided, which is very nice. Plus, it's very workable, right? Just that. Sometimes to look out for is also the distance away from the wall to the burner itself, so I cannot fit 2 pots at the same time. It's by Electrolux, and the switch points are these. I really like the black splash. Nothing fancy, it's just wall tiles, right? But it's very easy to maintain, very easy to clean. Plus the color, I really enjoy it. Next to your pantry will be your dining, a 4-seater, and your living already. So you have a mini balcony. This is what they call the French window, right? So you have the steel and the glass where you have like a feet, 1 feet of balcony. And this is the audio condition with the windows on. You still feel certain traffic noise from the road, but today is a public holiday, so I think it's way less. This view, right, is just awesome because there's no way that they're going to build anything else except they actually sell to school. But I think this view is amazing for this unit. So something about this project, this is 1012 number of units. Per block is around 200 over units. And this unit was launched at 800 over ringgit per square feet. Now I think it's roughly the same, but the rental for this bare unit is around 1,500. Fully furnished is around 2,000. Not bad. So for a unit that's 560 square feet, right, what you see is actually very wide because this wall to this wall itself, right, is 3.5 meters. On standard it's 3 meters, this is 3.5, so you have that extra stretch, right? And you combo that with height, so we check it's like 3.2 and you look into the ratio of the window against the facade, the daylight that comes in is just very, very nice. Okay, next to the living room, let's check out the principal bedroom. So the window is not as big, but I think it's fine. They live around 2 feet upwards, so it's very easy to construct. And you have that accessibility to your aircon latch. That's nice. I really think that this is a very humane, modern design because last time our aircon latch all located outside, then the workers will need to climb out the window just to service the aircon compressors, right? Then you also feel very scared for him, his safety. He also got family on, right? This bedroom itself also feel extremely big because this width, right, is actually 3.2 meters as well. It's almost as big as the living room. Most of the time when you come into a smaller unit, right, just because they want to squeeze in more units into the floor plate, they make the width of the unit way smaller. You can actually squeeze in more unit per floor plate, but they didn't do that. I really feel the scale of space. However, partition wall. So whether this partition actually comes with the unit, I don't think so. This is the master bathroom. This is your shower screen going into your WC area. The WC specs is regal, and then you have another door that actually goes into your shower area. It's all transparent. So I think it's confirmed that this is actually added on by the owner himself because I think the developer wouldn't design something where the door will actually hit on the cabinets. This is like your little private space of self-love. So at your bedroom, you have laminated timber floor. At the bathroom, you have tiles. I always enjoy laminated flooring. But on a serious note, right, on this location itself, there is a stigma. So it's that stigma of Arte Plus, the neighboring lot, right, having a lot of units for auction. Because it was sold and it was designed to really fulfill this intention of Airbnb short-term stays. When we look into data like this, we see like, oh yeah, Arte Plus, a lot of auction one. Sometimes you need to really read, right? And when do you read it? So to have context is also very, very important. But no doubt that this location really is a high dense location. Easily in this stone throw away diameter, right? 8,000 units, easily. Now we are at the facility deck, and if you look into their website, they won awards for their landscape treatments, and I can see why. This is the Aqua Lounge. It's where you can get to hang out. It's a communal dining area. The side of the building, you have this kind of treatments where it's something like a lakeside, hence the building is almost as if it's floating. Next to the walkways, you have this kids play. It's under this center bridge. It's like a modern tree house. I must say, this experience of strolling around the facility deck, it's so nice because of the water stream sound. And if you were to look at the treatments, right, it's really natural stream, just that you can still feel some noise of the traffic, but that water sound actually masks the traffic noise to a certain extent. Then you can see the landscape treatments, very, very nice. And all of these, right, just complements the centerpiece of the entire facility deck. Timber deck, steel handrail, elevated onto the level where you really get to enjoy the foliage at your eye level. This reminds me a lot of Verdi in Cyberjaya. You get to see all these trees, right, actually just softens that humongous block of residence. Then you also have some workout areas at the side. So this is going to be your circulation journey around the facility deck. And imagine you just take this walk with your loved ones, your family, right? And let's talk about things. so nice, right? That would be the multi-purpose hall as well as a gym overlooking to the swimming pool. I wish the swimming pool tiles could be a different tone altogether, so it kind of like matches all around. Some problems now I see is that overlooking issue of the units close, very close to the elevated deck. It's actually a unit and I can just look in to the unit directly. And I really think that this elevated deck, right, it's a very smart move to actually enhance the dynamic range of the experience. The way you enjoy landscape becomes very different. Very good strategy, and it will be fun. Like I can imagine myself, nothing to do, right, come here and take a walk. At the center of the deck, right, there will be spaces like these where it's designed for you to actually chill at the side so you won't disrupt people from walking. You can actually just take a break here, and they will specifically design this area to have something to look at. You have the amphitheater there, you have the tennis court there, you have trees that is closer to you, and this is most often the architectural language that people use. So in a linear pathways, they will set up stops for you to actually take a break. So this walkway extends from the first block all the way to the last block, and if you don't want to walk through the bottom, you can actually walk through the top. I think it's nice. Wow, who would ever thought, right, in Ampang you have such an amazing landscape-oriented project. So I guess that's all, guys. It's now time for Sean Take 3 on 3. 3 things I really like. Number one, definitely this amazing feature of landscape. The types of plants, the treatments for all the steel structures, and to have 2 levels for you to enjoy the deck. It's really a very strategic move. Also having the water features surrounding, getting every block to have that floating feeling among water, and that complements the centerpiece, which is the swimming pool area. I think this instantly just takes me away. I already forget that this is a very high density location. Number 2, I like the number of units within the floor, which is like 6 units per floor, only having 4 lifts to serve them. And in every block you will have your own dedicated lobby where it's privacy at its best. The difference to this project is the treatment. It's very rare to have spray paint on your corridor lift. We've seen tiles, we've seen like luxury type, but this is a very designer feel to it that actually complements the tiles that is not so standard matte solid block colors. There's certain touch to it that I really enjoy. Last of all would be the perception towards 560 square feet. As you just look into the specs, it's seriously too small. Who can actually live in a unit like this? But after you go into the unit, because of the shape of the unit and you match that with the ceiling height, right, it's just amazing. And just nice, this tower has this view where it's really facing the old side of Ampang, very low rise, low density areas. Plus the bedroom has their own walk-in wardrobe. If you were to do it tastefully, not using a partition like that, then it's even more attractive. The 3 things I have concern of, number 1 would be the maintenance fees, because with such lush greeneries and water treatments all around, right, it's gonna be very difficult and hefty to maintain. But you have 1012 units to actually help you with the maintenance fees, and that is point number 2. The high density around this area is seriously no joke. If you look into Arte Plus, Elements, the apartments next to it, easily 7,000 to 8,000 units in this area. And if you look into the auction market, this location has somewhat labelled as that problem area because the Airbnb rates here dropped tremendously in comparison to what they predicted. So it's not going to be very lucrative if you were to consider short-term stay as a return, but originally you shouldn't do that in the first place, right? Last of all would be the town planning. Among these 3 apartments, right, suddenly in the center you have one landed house, you know from where, then at the side you have a school. But why do you need to pile up all these high density blocks, right, all in one location? Why not just add some breathers to it? But you kind of look at it, Ampang is a historical location, hence all these houses, right, last time this area all landed makes sense, but now due to economy transformation, this road no longer is the old Ampang street. It's going to be very lucrative if you can actually develop something here. As a result, this kind of very high density cluster of apartments. So I think that's all for this episode. Do I like it? Yes. Among all this project in this location, I will consider this first because the entrance experience with this facility that instantly brings me away, makes me forget that it's a very high density location. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time. This is Shantan. Ciao.